It's 2022, and with that comes new videos, a new me. Not really. But today we're going to be reviewing Mirror's Edge. For the first video of 2022, let's get into it.
Face it, you're never going to get my power.
Gotta go fast! Gotta go fast! Gotta go faster, 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 faster!
Mirror's Edge takes place in a futuristic city where crime is almost non-existent. This is made possible by an oppressive government who controls the media and the people who live in the city. We take control of Kate, who is part of an underground crew known as the Runners. The Runners deliver private messages or goods across the city without the government's oppressive security and surveillance measures. The only family Faith has left is her twin sister, Kate. When meeting up with Kate, we find Robert Pope, a future mayor candidate, lying dead on his desk. Knowing her sister didn't commit this crime, Faith runs off to go prove her sister innocent.
Now it's time to jump into the gameplay. The gameplay is more centered on the running and parkour part of the game, but there is a little bit of combat. Our first stop is the training ground, where we learn all our techniques. This includes jumping, crouching, running, sliding, vaulting, wall running, speed vaulting, going through red doors, balancing, upscaling walls. You can swing across pole, but also climb up and jump across. Shimmying, you have wall jumping, which is pretty cool. Zip lines, and then you can land on cushions. Coiling, skill rolling, super jumping, punching, kicking, and disarming weapons. That was a lot of things to list, but with that being said, let's start the actual game and see how it plays.
Feel free to play that cutscene again because you're not going to see any more of that in my gameplay. I'm not very good at this. But anyway, how does the game feel? That's the question we have right now. The gameplay plays fairly well, albeit a little clunky sometimes. Sometimes you'll miss a jump, sometimes your inputs won't go in, and there's a little bit of delay sometimes. But most of the time the game runs perfectly smooth, and you're able to play the game without problems. There are two ways to find your way back to the main course if you get lost. As you can see, objects will glow red, and these indicate what you can do. As there was a super jump I could form. Right here, there is another super jump I can perform. Red objects lead you to your objective. In every level, there is always some sort of cop threat that you have to deal with. You can deal with these guys by going into slow motion and being able to either disarm them easily or just avoid them altogether. This time I didn't end up doing so well. I tried disarming him and I could not hit him. I was not looking at him and didn't time it properly. And you don't always have to disarm the cops anyway. You can just punch them and that's the threat gone. I got a bit sidetracked, but here's way 2 if you're ever lost. You can hold down B and it just points your camera in the direction that you need to go. I didn't know where to go here, and I held B and I was able to find the red door I had to bust through. And although it can be a little clunky, there are moments where it just feels really nice to play. Like in this segment right here, I'm getting shot at, but I'm also sliding down the windows and I have to make this jump to safety. I didn't fail, surprisingly, and I was able to make it, and it was very immersive for me. My favorite section had to be this little subway area, and I think it was level 2. It all felt like an action movie besides this one part where I jumped and ran into a pole. But after that, everything was just so much fun. There was going through the tight corners, sliding under gates that were slowly closing, avoiding all the cops while they're shooting at you. Overall, it was just so much fun to play. Overall, Mirror's Edge has really good gameplay when it runs well. When it doesn't, it's only a minor inconvenience and you just respawn and try it again. The problems with it never really bothered me and it was just super fun all around. There were segments where I just died like 7 times, but that's because I was not being good. I just kept missing where I needed to go. So if you have Game Pass, Mirror's Edge is definitely a game to check out. You can get some gamer score from it, and it's an overall fun experience for everyone to try.